What is going on? My name is Mike. This is all about pressure washing. And in today's video, I am going to discuss one of the questions that I get all the time. And when I say all the time, I'm talking at least 4 or 5 comments in every single video. I get emails, direct messages, you name it. People ask for this. And this is, how much money do I need to start a pressure washing business? Or how much should I expect to spend on equipment when I'm just starting out? So obviously this is a question from someone that's brand new, probably just getting started, probably doesn't have a ton of money to invest in big equipment yet. And the keyword there is yet. So I'm going to break down what I think would be the perfect balance between efficiency and cost when you're starting a brand new pressure washing business, and what I would buy, what I would recommend, and actually what we're giving away in celebration of our new app, QuoteIQ. And if you haven't heard about this yet, this is an app we built for the home service industry. It is software that really never existed before, at least in this capacity. Essentially, this is what I always wanted but could never find. So Justin Rogers and myself, we put our heads together and came up with what I think is probably the best solution for folks in the home service industry who want to keep track of customers, keep track of expenses, send estimates, send invoices, collect payments, as well as a bunch of cool features like our integrated mapping and measuring tool, our cost calculator, and there is so much more. So if you want to win a pressure washing starter business kit, you can register for that down below. So let's talk about what you need to get started. And one of the main questions, and it's the first one that I'm going to address, is what GPM and what PSI do I need? And again, this is just what I would start with, and you can start with anything. You could start with a 2.5 gallon per minute machine and you can get stuff done. And if that's all you can afford, there's nothing wrong with that. But I would highly recommend getting as many GPM as possible if you're just starting out. Then you don't have to upgrade as quickly, because once you get out there and you see how slow things are with a lower GPM machine and how inefficient things are, you're going to want to reinvest. So maybe just save up now and get as much bang for your buck on the initial purchase. Now, I would highly recommend at least a 4 gallon per minute machine. So essentially, the higher the volume that you can push out the end of your hose, the faster that you can wash a surface. So the higher the GPM, the faster you can move, the quicker the job will get done, and the more efficient you're going to be. Now, I know a lot of guys get hung up on PSI, right? But honestly, we live in a world of soft washing. Even if you're using a pressure washer, you're soft washing. So high pressure really isn't that important, but GPM is. A good 4 gallon per minute professional grade pressure washer is going to cost right around $1,000, maybe $1,200. Typically, when you buy something like this, it comes with about 50 foot of high pressure hose. It comes with the quick connect nozzles that you need and the spray gun. Obviously, you're probably going to want a little bit more hose, so you're not having to wheel that machine around the house. And as you upgrade, as you grow, you can get a trailer mounted unit, get some hose reels, and really get a lot more efficient in how you go about doing your job. But again, starting small is okay, but just know that you're eventually going to need to upgrade if you start with something smaller than a 4 GPM machine. And as I said, you're going to want more hose. Now, that's a joke in itself, but you're definitely going to want more hose. Efficiency is the key to profitability, and if you're able to not have to move equipment as much, you're able to work much quicker, get in and out of jobs faster, and having at least 100 foot of hose is critical. High pressure hose right now is typically about 12 cents to 15 cents a foot, so you're looking at about $125 or so for 100 foot of hose. And of course, you're going to want to have some spare parts like O-rings, extra fittings, an extra gun. All these things, probably all in, are going to cost around $100 or so. Now, the last thing I'd suggest if you're trying to be a professional business is getting a surface cleaner. Now, we currently use BE surface cleaners. What we have are 20-inch units, and they are powered by our 8 gallon per minute pressure washing machines. That's what Mac is setting up right now. And a 4 gallon per minute machine can push the surface cleaner. It's not going to be as fast or as efficient, but it's going to get the job done. Now, surface cleaners make things go a lot faster. Imagine doing a driveway like this with a wand. You'd be there all day. But with the efficiency of a surface cleaner, you're able to knock this thing out in a fraction of the time. A surface cleaner like this costs around $400, and I'd also recommend a ball valve. That's about $60, and that's going to allow you to switch between your wand and your surface cleaner without having to shut off your machine every single time. And that's a time saver, and again, time is money. So don't be afraid to invest in the things that are going to make you more profitable. Okay, so you've got the equipment. The equipment is an important part, but do you have customers? Now, anybody can go out and buy some equipment. Anybody can use that equipment, but are you able to charge people for using that equipment? And that's where marketing comes into play. So you're definitely going to need to set aside money for your marketing effort. And there are all kinds of ways to go about that. And we're not covering the marketing piece in this video, but without marketing, you're going to have a hell of a time getting customers, because you can only lean on friends and family for so long before you run out of customers. So thinking about where you're going to spend your marketing dollars is just as important as the equipment that you're purchasing. So when you're first starting a business, obviously obviously budgets are tight, resources are limited, and sometimes, unfortunately, you're forced to cut corners in a lot of areas, including your marketing. And the thought process usually is you're trying to economize in order to increase profitability or to become or remain competitive. But if you're going to decrease the amount of time and resources you put into the marketing strategy, you're not going to have as many customers. Now, I would probably try to set aside between $200 and $400 a month to spend on your marketing when you're just starting out. And if you need help with that, check out How to Get Customers, the marketing framework. There is a link below for that. Okay, so there are other factors to consider as well: transportation, fuel costs, as well as the chemicals you're going to need to use in order to do the job. All of these things cost money. You're going to have to pay for insurance. You're going to have to register your business, maybe pay some taxes for licensing and things like that. But that's all dependent upon your local municipality and what's required there. But you're probably looking at least $500 to $600 just to get started. So the last thing that you want to consider is having the tools in place in order to streamline your daily operations. You could obviously do it on paper. You could do it on a spreadsheet. And there are lots of software programs out there that can help you, right? We use QuoteIQ. This helps us with giving estimates, invoicing, getting paid, quoting, all those things. So the bottom line, it's relatively inexpensive to get into this business if you're looking at the bare bones, bare minimum stuff in order to get out there and actually accomplish the job in a manner which is acceptable. But you also need to understand there is a hell of a lot more to this business than just having the equipment. But the equipment is a good place to start. And also educating yourself on how to use the equipment, how to clean with efficiency, clean safely and effectively, get things done efficiently and quickly so you can be as profitable as possible from day one. Just remember, you don't have to jump in immediately. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to stop, to save, invest in the future of your business, and then maybe purchase something a little bit better. And that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But you can also register to win a pressure washing business starter kit sponsored by QuoteIQ. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.